The conquests of Alexander the Great, which culminated in the defeat of the Persian Empire, ushered in a transformative period for Persia and its surrounding regions. Alexander's campaigns not only dismantled the political structure of the Achaemenid Empire but also significantly influenced Persian culture, governance, and identity. The interaction between Greek and Persian cultures during this period led to profound changes that would shape the future of the region. This exploration of the influence of Alexander's conquests on Persia will examine the immediate effects of his military campaigns, the cultural exchanges that followed, and the enduring legacy of Hellenism in Persian society. The military conquest of Persia. 1. The fall of the Achaemenid Empire. Alexander's invasion of Persia began in 334 BCE, and by 331 BCE, he had effectively dismantled the Achaemenid Empire. His military strategy, including decisive victories at the battles of Granicus, Issus, and Gaugamela, demonstrated not only his tactical genius but also the vulnerabilities of the Persian military system. Decisive battles. Each victory weakened the Persian forces and undermined the authority of Darius III, leading to his eventual flight from the battlefield and subsequent assassination. The swift nature of Alexander's campaigns shocked the Persian populace and shattered the long-standing belief in the invincibility of the Persian Empire. Military reorganization. In the wake of Alexander's conquests, many former Persian soldiers were integrated into his army, reflecting a shift in military dynamics. This integration marked a change in allegiance and loyalty among the troops, as they served under a new leader who offered a different vision of governance and identity. Administrative changes. The integration of Persian territories. After his conquest, Alexander recognized the importance of governance in maintaining control over the vast territories he had acquired. His approach to administration included a combination of respect for local customs and the introduction of Greek practices. 1. Local governance. Appointment of satraps. Alexander retained the structure of local governance by appointing satraps, governors, to oversee the various regions of his empire, including former Persian territories. This practice helped maintain stability and continuity in administration while integrating Hellenistic ideals. Cultural adaptation. While promoting Greek culture, Alexander also respected and adapted to local customs. He often appointed local leaders to positions of authority, fostering goodwill among the populace and facilitating smoother governance. 2. Cultural integration. Hellenization of Persian society. The spread of Greek culture in Persia resulted in a cultural synthesis where elements of Greek and Persian traditions coexisted. The introduction of Greek language, art, and philosophy began to permeate Persian society, leading to a gradual shift in cultural identity. Intermarriage. Alexander encouraged intermarriage between his Macedonian soldiers and local Persian women. This policy promoted cultural integration and fostered familial ties between Greeks and Persians, further blending the two cultures. Cultural exchanges and the legacy of Hellenism. The aftermath of Alexander's conquests initiated a period of cultural exchange known as the Hellenistic Age, during which Persian society experienced significant transformation. 1. Art and architecture. Artistic fusion. The influence of Greek art and architectural styles began to manifest in Persian cities. Hellenistic art's emphasis on realism and emotion found its way into Persian sculpture and decorative arts, creating a unique blend of styles. Cultural centers. Cities like Persepolis, which had been a symbol of Persian grandeur, saw the introduction of Hellenistic architectural elements. The fusion of Greek and Persian architectural styles resulted in new urban designs that reflected the changing cultural landscape. 2. Philosophy and science. Intellectual exchange. The interaction between Greek and Persian scholars led to the exchange of ideas in various fields, including philosophy, mathematics, and astronomy. Persian scholars began to engage with Greek philosophical traditions, enriching their intellectual heritage. Preservation of knowledge. The blending of cultures facilitated the preservation and transmission of knowledge. Many Greek texts were translated into Persian, and vice versa, allowing for the exchange of scientific and philosophical ideas across linguistic and cultural barriers. The enduring impact on Persian identity. The conquests of Alexander and the subsequent spread of Hellenism had a lasting impact on Persian identity. reshaping cultural perceptions and societal norms. 1. Cultural identity transformation. Hybrid culture. The integration of Greek and Persian elements led to the emergence of a hybrid culture that defined the region during the Hellenistic Age. The synthesis of traditions influenced language, literature, and religious practices, creating a distinct cultural identity. Shift in political thought. The exposure to Greek political ideas, particularly those related to governance and democracy, influenced Persian intellectuals and rulers. These ideas contributed to evolving concepts of leadership and governance within the Persian context. 2. Legacy of the Sasanian Empire. The influence of Alexander's conquests and the subsequent Hellenization continued to resonate through the Sasanian Empire, which emerged centuries later. Cultural continuity. The Sasanian Empire, which ruled from 224 to 651 CE, embraced aspects of Hellenistic culture while also revitalizing ancient Persian traditions. The synthesis of these influences shaped Sasanian art, architecture, and governance. Revival of Persian identity. The legacy of Hellenism was reinterpreted within the context of Persian identity, leading to a revival of interest in ancient Persian heritage, literature, and art during the Sasanian period. Conclusion. The transformative influence of Alexander's conquests on Persia. The conquests of Alexander the Great had a profound and lasting impact on Persia, leading to significant political, cultural, and societal transformations. His military successes dismantled the Achaemenid Empire, but they also opened the door for cultural exchange and integration that would shape the region for centuries to come. The political and economic ramifications of Hellenism in Persia. The political landscape of Persia underwent significant changes following Alexander's conquests, resulting in shifts in power dynamics and economic structures that would shape the region for generations. 1. Political ramifications. Decline of traditional power structures. The swift downfall of the Achaemenid Empire and the installation of Greek-inspired governance disrupted traditional Persian political systems. Many local leaders who had previously held power found their authority diminished under Alexander's rule and the subsequent Hellenistic kingdoms. Rise of local autonomy. In some regions, the vacuum of power led to a rise in local autonomy, as new leaders emerged to fill the void left by the Persian satraps. These local rulers often adopted elements of Greek governance while maintaining aspects of Persian culture, creating a unique blend of administration. Impact on succession states. The successor states that emerged after Alexander's death, such as the Seleucid Empire, attempted to maintain control over Persian territories while facing ongoing challenges from both local uprisings and external threats. The integration of Greek political structures with Persian traditions influenced the governance of these states, resulting in a complex political landscape. 2. Economic changes. Trade expansion. Alexander's conquests opened up new trade routes that connected Persia to the broader Mediterranean and beyond. This increased trade facilitated the movement of goods, ideas, and people, fostering economic growth across the region. Integration into Hellenistic trade networks. Persian cities became integral parts of Hellenistic trade networks. Merchants from different cultures interacted in urban centers, leading to the exchange of not only material goods but also cultural practices and ideas. Agricultural developments. The introduction of Greek agricultural practices and crops influenced Persian farming methods. The blending of techniques contributed to agricultural productivity and diversification, ultimately benefiting local economies. Cultural legacy. The interplay of Greek and Persian traditions. The legacy of Alexander's conquests is characterized by a rich cultural interplay between Greek and Persian traditions, leading to the development of a new Hellenistic identity that resonated across the region. 1. Cultural synthesis. Art and architecture. The fusion of Greek and Persian artistic traditions led to distinctive styles in sculpture, pottery, and architecture. This synthesis is evident in the intricate designs of Hellenistic art that incorporated Persian motifs, reflecting a blend of cultural influences. Literature and philosophy. The cross-pollination of ideas in literature and philosophy resulted in new forms of expression that drew from both Greek and Persian intellectual traditions. Scholars and poets began to explore themes that bridged cultural divides, leading to a more cosmopolitan literary culture. 2. Religious interactions. Religious syncretism. The interaction between Greek and Persian religious beliefs led to the emergence of syncretic practices. Local deities were often associated with Greek gods, leading to new forms of worship that reflected the blending of traditions. Impact on Zoroastrianism. The presence of Greek thought influenced the development of Zoroastrianism and other local belief systems. Philosophical concepts from Hellenism, such as ethics and the nature of existence, began to permeate Persian religious discourse. The enduring influence of Alexander's legacy on Persia. The changes brought about by Alexander's conquests had a lasting impact on Persia, shaping its trajectory in ways that would resonate throughout history.